Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am joined with a very special guest today. This is Monica. Monica's my PT and I'm sure you recognize her from my weekly vlogs, any kind of fitness content I make, basically a lot of my videos. Monica makes a nice little sneaky entrance into. Monica also has her own YouTube channel and Instagram.
So it's at Sumika Fit. My YouTube is Monica and my surname, which is pretty long, so just use the link from my Instagram to get you straight there.
I'll link it down below so you can check her out because she does great like fitness tips and workouts and just inspirational things, so make sure you follow her for basically what she taught me. If you want more help, don't ask me.
Final product, my product.
Yeah. Here's what I prepared earlier. Today we're going to be answering the main questions that you guys had for me, but I'm passing them on to Monica because I feel like I'm not qualified to answer a lot of them and I don't want to give you false information because I've just learned what this lovely lady here has taught me. I'm going to answer your questions today and you can get to know Monica a little bit more because you always ask about her. Are you ready?
Let's start.
Let's go.
With Emma, when we had the initial consultation, she targeted weight loss. We kind of went for the full body sessions with her, so combined weights and HIIT type of training to get that maximum from the workout itself, and then weights that help keep the muscles toned, and of course some HIIT training, body weight, explosive movements to get the fat going. When you start with your journey, you need to ask yourself why you're doing this. If you, like Emma, wanted to lose the weight and keep that nice toned body, go with a full body session to start with, and then the actual split comes after when you're getting more advanced with your training. What we did after a few months, we moved specifically to, let's say, leg day, back/tricep day, and then upper body day. So let's say in the leg day, we're just working on the legs, getting more compound exercises. We doing heavy hip thrusts, squats, split squats.
My favorite.
Keep incorporating the bodyweight exercises, so like jump squats.
Yeah.
So they kick your metabolism high and then you burn even more after the session.
The thing I struggled with at the beginning, and the main reason I went to Monica in the first place, is because I didn't know what my split should be. Like, I didn't know many exercises. I knew that I wanted to be weightlifting, so that's why I went to Monica. I was like, what do I do? Build me something so I can build something. Definitely agree that we started more kind of just getting my cardiovascular health up, as well as learning loads and loads of different moves, getting my library of knowledge up.
Yeah.
Now I could go into the gym and I know so many different exercises for full body, which if I'm ever kind of in doubt of what I should do, just go for a full body workout. When you have a really good understanding and you've started to see some changes and you want to start tweaking, I think that's when you can hone in on like upper body, lower body. Like lower body day is my favorite. I love lower body.
Starting with full body sessions get you going, get you more functional, flexible. Say start with a full body first and then go more specifically to the separate muscle groups.
For me personally, it varies massively. The very least is 3. The maximum I will do is 6, and that's a heavy week. 3, maybe 4 strength and resistance sessions, and then 1 or 2 cardio sessions, because my cardiovascular was terrible at the beginning and now it's so much better. So I do that just for my overall body and keep my heart happy. Yeah. And I also really enjoy running, so I enjoy it. And like Zumba, Monica's a Zumba instructor, so I go to Zumba with Monica and it's amazing and it's just fun.
That's what keeps you coming back.
Yeah, that is, I mean, this is probably a different question, but if you don't enjoy it, if you don't enjoy working out, you need to find what you enjoy, and that's why I can train 6 days a week. If I didn't enjoy it, I would stick to the bare minimum of 3 a week, but the fact that I exceed that and go to 6 days a week, it's because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the training.
And you also put more energy into it.
Yeah.
Remind me your box jumps. So it's something that was a shady area for you, because that was new. And that's really, so box jumps, when you jump into the box and landing on your feet, it's a difficult cross-body movement. It's really functional. It takes the time to master. When you enjoy it, you're gonna put more effort in your workouts. So if not weights or cardio or park runs you do on the weekends. There's so many fitness programs on the market now. Like you tried bar.
Yeah.
Zumbas and sort of martial arts inspired.
Pole dancing. Yeah. You could just go to a dance class, take your friends, or just go out to like a salsa club.
Yeah.
Go out dancing. Like find the thing that you really enjoy and just try and do it, even if you're starting just like once a week. I think that's another important thing to add is when I first started, I think twice a week. I added park run, went up to 3. And then I added another session with Monica, went up to 4.
You have spin class anyway?
And then I did spin class on a Saturday, and that was 5. It definitely didn't start like that. And if I had gone into it having never exercised and then just suddenly been like, that's it, I'm gonna do 6 days a week now, my body would have not recovered. Start small. If you don't work out at all and you want to start a healthier lifestyle, just go once a week and then find what you enjoy from those and then build on that.
Yeah, small steps. You don't want to be one of these people that start in January hitting high 7 days a week, 1,000 calories that I don't recommend.
No.
And then you can just see in February they're not there at the gym.
Yeah.
They're gone because that was too much.
Yeah.
And that was unenjoyable.
You don't want to discourage yourself from something that you're trying to encourage yourself to do. 3 sessions in a week and then being in so much pain, not being able to walk and feeling like, was that worth it? I don't see any different. That is just completely counterintuitive. Like, don't do that. Start small, build it up, enjoy yourself, have fun, go with a friend if you need to, and just start it as something you could see yourself doing for the rest of your life. Don't see it as a period of time where you're trying to get fit for this one thing. It's good to have goals. Like I had Machu Picchu was my initial goal.
Yeah. But it didn't go for like, I want to get 6-pack from Machu Picchu.
Yeah,
you wanted to
I wanted to be able to get up it
without dying.
Which I would have done. Honestly, having now done it, I would not have been well at all. It would have not gone well for me.
That's a really good question. First, you need to look through your diet. Is there any deficiency in the macronutrients or vitamins? Because sometimes when you crave something sweet, your body might actually scream, yeah, I need some potassium in my diet. So instead of having chocolate, you can get yourself like really nice and ripe tomatoes. So it's that heavy of potassium in it. Second of all, just be prepared. If you are a snacker, have some small snackaroos hidden here, they're healthy options. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to choices you make. You will see through small steps here and there, instead of having a chocolate bar which is 200 calories and 30-40 grams of carbs, energy you won't use, you want to store, as well as trying to be ready and having snacks in your bag. Educate yourself, just try to read it out, because sometimes it's just your body telling you something. And as silly as it sounds, because you hear it every day, or just listen to your body. Yeah, listen to your body. Every individual, it works differently. So myself, when I crave something and I was like, do I really need it?
Sometimes you can treat yourself. Like if I wrote down everything I eat in a week, back in the day when I had a really unhealthy relationship with food, I would think that I was being really healthy by eating 1,000 calories a day, 800, whatever. No. No, please don't do that. But if I, back then, was to write down everything I was eating, it would get to Saturday, Sunday, or at the end of the day, I'd be eating sugar, I'd be eating salt, and I would just be binging on it because I'd been restricting it so much throughout the week. If you're craving salt, if you're craving sugar, make sure that you're every once in a while treating yourself. When I'm craving something sweet, I'll make something like a healthy alternative of one of my favorites. So, for example, if I'm craving like a cake, which I love cake. I don't really eat that much. Yeah, everyone loves cake. But if I'm really, really craving it, I will make myself a alternative, like some protein muffin. And I've had to have gone through the effort to either walk to the shop and get the ingredients, come home and make it.
Getting some steps in.
I'm earning that muffin and then I get to make it. It's a healthy alternative. I feel accomplished and then I get to enjoy my treat. Usually I've made like 6 and I can give one to Tim and then we can save them for breakfasts or whatever throughout the week. In my opinion, it's just important to make sure you're giving yourself something sweet and enjoying what you're having, but just don't overdo it. It's the same with everything, just moderation.
If you think about your body as a long-term investment, because it is, you want to live long, you want to have your kids, you want to have your life, you want to have your grandkids. It's an investment. You want to invest, you want to put healthy stuff in, so it's going to keep you, going to power through your whole life. Mix it up. Let's say you have that people that hit cardio every single time and they're at the gym. Cardiovascular endurance is there. You won't have that muscle definition, and the more muscles you build, the more energy your body needs, the more you burn, which leads us to the thing you can eat more. I really love about weights.
Yes.
There's no way you will become like bulky and bicep gonna get ginormous. It just won't happen because we don't have the same hormones as the guys do. Emma lifts 70 kilograms for squats or hip thrusts, and she's not big at all. She has
I want to be bigger. I'm struggling to get bigger.
Yeah, exactly. The more muscles you have, okay, you might be a little bit heavier, so I wouldn't be looking at the scale. Just do measurements and you see how your body looks, because you're gonna have that nice definition. Your legs gonna be tighter and body will have that lean muscle mass. Resistance exercises and cardio will be the great mixture. Balance it out, because cardio will help you to shed that layer of fat you have, bring out the abs you build through working with weights.
Having done resistance and strength, I used to just be a cardio bunny, and I used to just go to the gym and I'd just be on the treadmill all the time, burn as many calories. This was back when, again, I had an unhealthy relationship with food. I would just eat way less than I was burning. Now I need to feed my muscles because I just worked them so hard, and the next day I will hurt, I'll be sore, but it's like a little reminder when you're walking, like, oh, I worked really hard yesterday.
Feels good,
building,
isn't it?
yeah.
Like that pain you have.
I like the pain. I like the pain. It makes me feel accomplished. Whereas, I mean, cardio, like, obviously, you know, you'll finish a run and you'll get the endorphin hit and you'll feel amazing. They all have their place. That's why I think you should mix all of it together. Like, there's nothing better than the end of a run when I feel the endorphins kick and I'm like, oh my God, that was good. But then also we wake up the following morning after a strength session and you get that same kind of feeling but in a completely different way. So definitely do a combination of everything, because A, you won't get bored. It's less likely you'll get bored. If, you know, appearance and aesthetics is what you are focusing on, it is probably a much more effective way to do that. I just need to say that I'm very aware that I'm in a very privileged position. I make my own hours, I work from home, so if I want to go to the gym at 11 o'clock in the morning when it's empty, I can do that. I know that I'm in quite a unique position in that sense, and that a lot of people need to squeeze it in before work, before their 7 a.m. train, after work when they get home at like 7 p.m, they've got kids. Like, it is, I understand, very difficult. Hard. Do you have any tips for how to squeeze it in?
One of the most common tips that is given is just to find yourself in half an hour to do like a really intense HIIT session, which is great. You're gonna get the workout in, but again, ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want to get fitter? Do you want to lose some fat? Do you want to get more toned? Because that will define what kind of workout you have to do. You have to prioritize yourself, because at the end of the day, being fit and being like feeling good in your skin will push you through life. What works for me at the moment is just to getting the workout done in the morning, which sometimes involves waking up 4:30 in the morning, hitting that session 5 till 7, and then work. Because I know myself, it's really hard to motivate after the whole day of working.
Yeah.
And then imagine you're coming home, and then let's say you have to do washing, you have to cook, you have to do basic maintenance of yourself. What works for me is just early mornings. If you don't feel motivated, again, coming back to the first question we have, find something that will make you excited to go to the gym. Let's say you have a really rough day, but you get in that class, if it's like a pump class, combat class, Zumba class, that will actually get you there. You know you're going to meet some fabulous people, you're going to see your instructor, that will bring you to the gym. As soon as you're there, that's it. Because the hardest part is to get your body there to the gym. That's
what I find. It's getting my ass out the front door to get there. Once I'm there, I'm like, this is great. Why don't I do this all the time? Like, tomorrow I'll remember this feeling, and then the next day I'll be like, I don't want to leave. And I'm like, no, but you know that you'll enjoy it when you get... That is me through and through. Also need to see it as like a hobby. I think that's what really changed my mindset towards fitness, is that it's become a hobby, because YouTube used to be my biggest hobby and it's now my job. And I realized that I'd lost a hobby because I'd made it something bigger, which is amazing and I love it, but it was no longer the thing I could do in my spare time, because I'd be working if I was doing it in my spare time, and then I would never have time off. I had to find a new hobby, and I feel like everyone needs hobbies. No matter how busy you are, you need time for yourself to do something you're passionate about. And if you can find an exercise, a form of exercise that you enjoy enough to class it as a hobby, that is the answer to your question. Squeeze it in where you would be, you know, doing your painting. If you like to draw, if you like to write, if you like to read, maybe take half an hour out of your usual hobby and dedicate it to your new hobby. Fitness, Zumba, whatever your new hobby may be. And also, if you are a commuter, walk instead of getting the tube. I'd say try and walk as much as you can. Definitely something that helped me is that I used to just drive really small distances, and I haven't had a car now for about 7 months. Every once in a while, you know, I'll miss it and Tim will be my taxi and he hates me for it. It has actually made me walk more. Like, I have to walk to go get my nails done. It's like a 25-minute walk each way. That's an hour's worth of light cardio a day.
That's a lot.
I walk into the town near me, which is about 35-minute walk. And, you know, if I walk back, that's a good amount of just list cardio, really gentle. It makes a massive difference over, if you add it all up, over a week.
It adds up so much.
So maybe cut down one drive. Give yourself an extra 20 minutes to get where you need to go. And walk it instead. That's something that I have definitely put into practice. I walk so much more.
This is a really specific question, and first and foremost, make sure you have a green card from your doctor and you know your limitations. We as a PT, we are not qualified to recover you through...
You're not a physiotherapist.
Yes, so seek advice from a physio, and then we can help you out with strengthening and toning your muscles. Yeah, I'm cool with that. But first and foremost, make sure it's safe for you to work out. As soon as you know what you can and can't do, I can assist you with what exercise actually would be good for you that will put less pressure on your lower back. So in situations like that, when you have problem with the knees or with the disc or something with your abdominals, like many pregnant women, the abs are split, so that's something that had to be fixed first, then you can work at the gym with a PT. Swimming is great.
Yes,
doesn't put any pressure on your
off.
joints.
Tim has a bad back, and Tim swims 3 times a week, and he says it's making a huge difference. He stretches every night. I tell Monica this. Tim, if he is a class student, he has a bad back and a bad shoulder and bad knees. Got both of his ACLs done. He swims 3 days a week. He stretches every single night without fail. I will be in bed and he'll just be stretching next to me every night, and I'll be waiting to watch something on TV like, come on, Tim. And he's just like, no, I've got to do this first. And
downward dog.
Yeah, he says it makes a massive difference. So yeah, seek professional help from a physiotherapist, not a personal trainer. Start light. Be really honest with your PT if you're in pain as well. Like, I had like some soreness in my joints the other day, and the first thing I did at my session was like, okay, Monica, I've been feeling this, and we just took everything back a notch and kind of made sure that everything was okay. So it's really important to be honest as well about how you're feeling.
Very much so. I'm feeling on that one because we are pretty similar body shape. Body type wise, because we are kind of a pairs type. So when we're getting weight, it's allocated to the lower abdominals and then thighs. You can't spot reduce fat. When you're losing fat, it's gonna come from all of your body. When you hold fat more, which let's say in this case will be your thighs, you have to be really patient with that because they're gonna come off last.
Yeah.
But you gotta lose weight gradually, and if you don't want to get yourself a gym membership, just get yourself a pair of joggers and go around the park if there's anything in your area. In terms of exercises you could do at home, there's so many YouTube workouts that will help you to lose fat from that stubborn areas, which are the thighs in this case.
Yes.
I could hear you swallowing.
Took a really big sip. I was like, oh god, I'm not going to be done in time. I've just got big, strong legs, which now I love, because it really helps me and aids me in my workout because I've got that kind of base strength there. Don't feel like your big thighs are unattractive or whatever. I think big thighs are amazing.
Yeah, sexy.
I love a chunky leg.
Doing your sumo squats and your quads just popping out like, yes, yeah. So good.
Think about your body from a point of what can your body do, and then try and lift heavier. Try and, you know, push yourself to run further and try and complete it in a goal-based way. And then your body will be the result of that. Like, think of that as the secondary part. I've kind of stopped looking at my body. Like, I've stopped looking for changes. I don't weigh myself.
Changes.
Yeah, it's now like a complete, like, my body is a machine. It's a well-oiled machine. It's well-fed. And I just try and make it as strong and try and make it achieve as many goals as it can. And luckily, because of my body type, where what I find attractive is I like a big bum, I like big legs. That is naturally my body type, and when I get stronger and build,
just bring that
is what happens
out.
Yeah, if you're more petite, I understand you need to work harder to build. You need to focus harder on building if that is the physique you want. But it is possible. But yeah, going back to the question. You can't you can't lose fat from a specific place. It is an overall thing, but don't focus on that. Just focus on the enjoyment and how you feel.
Wake up one day, it's like, oh, actually, I lost some fat.
Yeah.
Because you were so fixated, okay, I want to get that box jump, so I want to get that stronger squat. And then you're waking up, wait, who is she?
Now fitness is the part of my life and my body is just changing with it.
Stronger, not skinnier.
Exactly. Monica does do this on her Instagram. She posts workouts all the time, which I actually watch. I watch them in my bed with like a tea. I'm like, yep, I feel exhausted. We could totally do a couple, like, maybe do like one upper body, one lower body, one full body, and one hit.
Yeah.
Do one a month or something. I don't know.
Always open to your ideas, guys.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
What you want to see.
I feel you. Okay, that was me.
Let's be honest, when you join in the gym and you haven't been gymming, they look big, black and scary. What the heck is this?
They look like torture weapons. So I walked in, I was like, no.
Go with a full body session, 3-4 times a week if you want to see a difference in your body. Starting with the biggest muscle group, which will be your legs. They are like 70% of your whole body weight. They will give you the maximum calorie burn because they will engage whole of your body. Then moving back to the second muscle group, which is your back, and then finishing on your chest, arms, and the chair on the top will be just abs. Start with your priority area. Seek for advice, like people at the gym that work there, like myself. We are there to help you, so there's no bad questions. I would rather you to come and ask me, oh, what can I do for this, rather than injuring yourself. If you feel intimidated, sign yourself for a class, so there's an instructor with you there to guide you through it. Or if you don't want no contact at all, on the actual resistance machines, you have a small like chart with a small like humans
little
drawings.
Diagrams of how to do
diagrams.
The exercise.
That's the word.
The little drawings of humans. The people at the gym are there to help you, and they're not mean. They're not scary. You've just got to get over the feeling that you have less worth being there because you don't know what you're doing yet. Your space in that gym is just as valuable as everyone else's. Even though they've been doing it for 10 years and you're at the very beginning, you're in that room and you are entitled to the same equipment, you're entitled to the same amount of time as anyone else in the room. Ask a lot of questions. If you're unsure about how to build yourself a program, maybe go for one PT session, have a little introduction, and they can give you a rough plan, and then at least you've got something to build off of. Follow people on Instagram. I linked in my fitness journey my favorite Instagram pages for workouts. I will link them on this video as well. Check them out. They do amazing workouts, and you can follow them at home. You can, you know, there's so much out there. It's crazy. You just need to look for it.
I don't know if you've seen this like gym intimidation hashtag.
Yes.
Recently created because it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And first and foremost, you're paying for that membership.
Yep.
As anywhere else, the same price. You naturally will be intimidated because that's something new. As soon as you get comfortable you don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, I was intimidated to come to Emma's house. Never been here. That's her house.
Yeah.
The same happens with the new places you go. That's just normal.
Yeah. But then when you get there and you've been there before, you know where you are, you know how to get there. That's another thing. Go to a gym that's near you so you feel like you know where you're going. You don't feel like you're going to a completely alien place. It's somewhere that you see all the time when you walk past it. It's not a scary building.
Yeah.
I go there all the time. It's okay. You don't have to be, no one cares. No one cares.
No one gives it down.
Like, you guys saw the video I
challenge.
did. The challenge I wore makeup to the gym. And me and Monica were like, no one's reacting. No one gives a shit.
Nice, like peacock green eyes, like flashing.
I was like, come on.
Every time you blinked, there was like this wind coming on my way. And no one gives a damn.
Why do people have to care so much about what they're doing and not care about me? People are honestly staring at themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
They only care about what they're doing. I'm the same. I honestly don't notice anyone around me, do I? I'm so focused. My face, I'm like, I look like a bitch. No one would want to talk to me at the gym because I look mean.
It's a focus coming through. Like.
Yeah, you got to get in your zone and then you don't see anyone else.
So it comes down to your goal. Again, I know, upping your protein, and if you want to target weight loss in the same time, take down your carbs. Carbs are energy. If you're having jam, which is basically all sugar, before going to sleep, when you sleep, you don't use as much energy. So your body will pack this set of carbs nicely and send it to your fat tissue. Build yourself a lean muscle mass and keep losing fat. Obviously, upping up your protein is essential. All that protein you get is gonna help you to recover the muscles. Your body recovering will be taking that energy away from your fat tissue that's already in there. Taking down your carbs will just be used for your daily activities or when you go into a train.
Losing fat, it comes down to being in a calorie deficit and burning more calories than you're eating. You do need to be fueling yourself properly and enough to build muscle. Like, you're not going to be building muscle if your body needs more energy, because it's going to be using that energy to function rather than build. When I started, I just was in a calorie deficit because my body was using my fat stores to build muscle. Now I'm at the point where I don't have too much fat left. I've got, some. My body now needs extra fuel. If I want to be building muscle, I need to be eating more to be building muscle. But at the beginning, at the early stages, just put yourself in a slight caloric deficit. It doesn't have to be huge. Don't make it huge. No. 10%. Just give yourself a little bit of a deficit, and that will allow you to be building muscle and also losing fat at the same time.
Online, you can calculate your basic, let's say, maintenance. And then you just take away 200 calories a day, because it builds up throughout the week. Also, like many gyms, they have body composition machines that they just measure you every month or every 6 weeks, so you can actually see the progress.
Again, in my fitness journey video, I posted my body composition from the beginning till the end, and you can see, my fat goes down, my muscle goes up, but my calories stay roughly the same because I'm getting smaller, I'm getting lighter, which usually would mean you need less calories, but because my muscle's going up, my calories stay roughly the same.
Metabolism stay high because of the amount of muscles you have.
If you just try and lose fat and you don't build muscle, your metabolism's going to get shot. The second you start eating normally again,
bounce back.
You're going to bounce right back. That's why I do it slow. That's why it took me a year to make this video, because I didn't want to, say, oh my God, I lost 40 pounds.
Drinking that detox tea from a really shady source.
I really, really wanted to give it at least a year. I don't actually remember what the question was. I feel like we just went on such a tangent.
Away.
How do you lose weight and gain muscle at the same time?
Yeah.
Kind of, it's linked. That is what I did. My BMR stayed the same because I have more metabolically active tissue, which is muscle, than I do fat now. I've actually gained weight, I think, in the past few months.
That's why so many people, they step away from scale measurements. They look at the body composition, which is muscle percentage and fat percentage. Fat is like a code you have on your muscles.
Yeah, like the icing on top.
Yes. And when your muscles are working, they're gonna eat literally that fat is around there.
You'll become a more dense human.
Walking, swimming, cross training at the gym, flexibility, stretching classes like yoga.
Yeah. I went onto, it was my macronutrients calculator. I put in my height, my weight, my goals. It was like, how much weight do you want to lose? And then if you wanted to gain muscle, if you are slim and you want to just build muscle, you can do gain weight, because that's also, you know, you're not going to be putting on fat if you're training in a slight surplus. I think it was like 1 to 1.5 pounds a week, because again, I wanted to also be building muscle. The option, I think the maximum was 2.5 pounds a week. So I did the middle ground, because I thought if I ate less than that, maybe I won't build as much muscle. Again, I was still just kind of feeling my way around. I didn't know. This was before I started seeing Monica as well.
You kind of prepped yourself a little bit fat before I see my PT.
Yeah, no, I want to look like at least I know what I'm doing. My starting weight was 200 pounds. Yeah, 60 pounds down now. Before I started seeing Monica, I was about 200 pounds. I think when I first weighed in with you, I was 190 or something like that. I probably lost like 10 pounds before I started seeing you. A few weeks of me just focusing on nutrition. In my mind, I gave myself like a fun little thing that I knew I could remember. I did take anything on your plate that's white and make it brown. Take half of anything that's brown and make it green. So,
nice.
Right? So then I'm still eating, you know.
That's really visual.
I need to be able to see
really good.
it. So I guess I stopped eating white carbs. I mean, I didn't stop, I still did. Like, I'd treat myself, I'd have a donut if I wanted to. But when it comes to day-to-day me on my own with what I have control over, I would always choose whole wheat, whole grain, brown carbs. And then I would halve that and replace it with a healthier green carb. I didn't cut carbs, I reduced them. And then I made sure to eat so much more protein. I made sure there was always vegetables on my plate, and I just made nutritional changes, little ones, really slowly. Made just little changes that I know I can keep up with, which I now stick to this day. It's been a year and I still do that. I still always have greens on my plate. That's how I did it. Macros wise, I eat 30, 30, 40, so 40 protein, 30 carbs, 30 fat, roughly. I think if you're going to be making massive and drastic changes to your diet, go to a doctor, go to a nutritionist, a dietitian, consult a professional, because I just did this really slowly and kind of monitored how I felt. If I felt overtired, if I felt like I needed more energy, I would eat more. You know, I do eat intuitively, I guess you could say. But I think everyone is so different. Don't base your diet off of one day's example of mine.
When you said about replacing the white with brown, white pasta and you have brown pasta, the difference between these two pastas, basically same amount of carbs. The brown is the whole grain, will be digested for a longer period of time, which will give you energy throughout the day. A classic example is the porridge and oats. And the white pasta will just spike the insulin up, and then you're gonna see that drastic drop and you're just gonna crave more.
Fuller for longer, and it also takes longer to digest, which means it's using more energy to digest it. So for per calorie you're consuming, you're burning more of those calories by digesting it. That's how I did it, and it's worked for me. But again, like, I can't tell you what to do. Sorry, I feel like I really rambled on that one.
I myself eat 4 times a day. How many times per day you eat?
I probably eat 5 times a day, like breakfast, post-workout, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner. If I'm hungry again, I'll eat again.
Yeah.
But I try and keep my portions, breakfast, lunch, dinner, really big and filling so that I don't snack as much, because I am a snack.
It counts as a meal for your body. How many meals per day? It depends on you. If you can't eat breakfast because you feel sick, okay, have a like brunch type of meal to start your day with.
Yeah.
You want to create calorie deficit if you lose weight. If you want to bulk up, you create calorie surplus. The number of the meals doesn't actually matter. The macros matter.
How much it is in total.
Yeah.
Like, where you eat it and where it's spread out doesn't change how much you're consuming. Like, I personally don't eat usually until 10 a.m. because, like I said, I'm a snacker. So if I close that feeding window a little bit, it just gives me less time
Yeah,
to
because
graze.
you kind of know you're gonna snack here and there.
Yeah.
And then if you start snacking since 6 a.m.
Yeah,
bang
if
on,
I have my breakfast when I wake up at
that'll
6.
be like plus 400 calories.
Exactly, that's a few hours extra where I could be snacking. So if I hold off until 10, it just reduces the amount of time where I can be eating calories that I know I don't actually need. It's just because I'm bored. Emotional eater when I'm editing.
You edit, you eat.
I edit. That's why I always need to have carrot sticks and hummus in my fridge, because that's what I eat when I edit. I think those are all of the main questions that you guys have asked us.
Pretty good questions, I must say.
Yeah, you guys were really interested, which is really great. Make sure you check out Monica's Instagram for more workout inspiration, and we're actually filming a video over on her channel after this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go and film a little makeup tutorial on Monica's channel, which
Can't wait.
I'll link it down below for you guys if you want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for your questions, and of course thank you so much for watching. I hope you have the best day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.